Hey guys, good morning. It's Dory. I am going to be doing a cook with me video today. At the moment, I'm driving home. I dropped the kids off at school and I went and picked up a Halloween costume for my niece. I've been shopping on the Facebook Marketplace, getting stuff that is used but a good deal, and let's be real, like most people wear their Halloween costume one time. And so the last couple days I have scored some good finds. My 5-year-old is going to be a bucket of popcorn, and the hat is a popcorn kernel. Super cute. And my niece is going to be Little Red Riding Hood, kind of punked, I guess you would say. You know, definitely still conservative, not anything out there, nothing that's too revealing. But anyhow, so today I'm going to be cooking a bunch of different things because my friend just ordered us cut the carb, I should say. And it came yesterday and she brought it to me this morning. And I'm so excited. I'm totally missing my cut the carb lasagna, and so I'm gonna make lasagna 2 ways today. I'm gonna make one with beef, and I'm going to make one just with cheese and sort of pizza flavoring. So I'm so excited, I can't even wait. And so I'm going to be going home making the lasagna 2 ways, and then I'm going to make some pork chops, and I'm going to be, what else am I gonna make? I think that's probably it. I may do something else. I forgot if I have a carnitas pork roast thing that I'm going to also make. But that's fully cooked, but I'm gonna season it and have that during the week on as tacos or like a taco bowl. So I am trying to get back on track as far as prepping. I've been prepping mostly. Last week and a half or so I did not prep as much as I do, and I measured and weighed to a point, but I definitely have to get back on the wagon. I've come too far to kind of let it slip. And the lasagna is great because it's like 200 calories per serving for me, and I have it in the sorry, I'm still driving, so I gotta look over my shoulder. And so anyways, yeah, so we are so I am actually going to be prepping and putting it in its little bowls that I have that are they're small enough where it's a portion size for me. So that is what I'm going to do, and I'll be back when I'm cooking. So guys, I made it home, and I am going to be starting on some meal prep and cooking. First though, I am going to be getting myself some water because I have not been good the last couple days with water. And I can tell because I'm having little stomach pains here and in my back, which indicates my kidneys must need some water. And as you guys remember in the past, I have had kidney stones. So therefore, let me get my water flavoring enhancer, which of course has to be in a cabinet that I can't really get to. But, ta-da! So this is a box that I just keep a bunch of different ones in. I've just reused this box. So there are some of this flavor in here, but my go-tos are the sugar-free red, Hawaiian Punch, sugar-free grape. My favorite though is the Orange Crush. I have this several times a day, every single day. And that is what I'm going to have now. This is 32 ounces. It's a 32-ounce cup. I was using the 2 cups that I had Tanya from VDQ Creations, which is Voodoo Queen. She had weight loss surgery as well. She made me this one that I drink my Premier Protein or Quest Protein drink in there. And then she made me this one, which I love. She believed she could, so she did. But these 2 are dirty because I just used them. So I switched now to a 32-ounce cup. I just go back and forth depending on what I'm drinking. Definitely need this water, you guys. So on the menu that I'm cooking today, as I mentioned a minute ago, is my cut. The carb is in. My favorite. I love these. I love that you can put them in the microwave and make them just soft and pliable and roll them into big enchiladas. I love that you can make a mozzarella type lasagna with it and things like that. I love it. Let me move my water out of the way. I try to drink a gallon of water a day. So right now, behind us, behind me, if you can hear it, let me just adjust the camera a tiny bit. I am actually sauteing this piece of, it's Trader Joe's traditional carnitas, which is a Mexican style roast pork. This is fully cooked. I love this. For 3 ounces. It's 14 grams of fat, 200 calories, 1 carb, 18 protein. I'm actually just gonna fry this up just so it can be a little bit warm. And then I got this humongous, let me see how big this is. I don't even think there's a weight on this. Guys, this is insane. But this is a humongous, look how big this is. And it's heavy. I'm gonna say this is like 10 pounds, I'm gonna say. And this is Italian whole milk mozzarella cheese. I am going to slice this up, weigh it, and this is what I'm going to be using in my lasagna. One of them that I'm going to have cut the carbs. So I'm going to use the carnitas as the meat. I'm going to weigh that after it's cooked and shredded, and then I'm going to weigh out my mozzarella cheese, and I'll be back to let you guys know the other additions I'm going to put in there. Okay, guys, so I pre-weighed everything so it'll be easier as I'm putting this together for you. Basically, I just cooked the carnitas just to get it a little bit so it's not too hard. And basically, I'm just taking a fork, and because it's not that hot rather, I am shredding it. So I'm shredding it with a fork. Now, one thing to remember is after you cook things, no matter really what it is, you should go back and re-weigh it, because the package, of course, is going to say like, see, I think it says it's 12 ounces. I have my scale in front of me because I weigh everything so I can get good stats for my Fitness Pal. And I'm going to venture to guess this is maybe, I'll say it's 10 ounces. It might be less than that, but I'm going to guess that it's about 10 ounces, but they're saying that it's 12. And you want to make sure that you get your macros and your calories correct if you keep track of them. Let's see. So, yummy. Let me zero this out. All right, let's see how much it really is. So I'm guessing 10. I could be wrong, but usually when you cook it down, it's less. 11.7. So it's almost the 12 that they're saying. Probably if I cooked it longer, I only heated it up. Okay, so here we go. So let me get rid of this. And let me show you what I will be adding. So I use the green chilies from Trader Joe's, a whole can. I'm using this whole can of diced tomatoes. Both of those I drained. They're sitting in this strainer right here. I have 9 ounces of mozzarella, just cubed. I have 2 ounces, which I'm going to top with this. This is the Mexican shredded. And then, of course, 11.7 ounces of the pork carnitas. And I took 2 cut the carb, and I cut them in half. These are the layers. So this was 2 full sheets that I just cut in half. Let me grab my dish. This is the dish that I'm going to line. So let me get started. So first I'm going to put some tomatoes on the bottom. It just helps to get the pieces out. So I'm going to put a little bit of the tomatoes and the green chilies on the bottom. And so that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to put some of the carnitas just shredded onto the bottom. Some of this shredded well, some didn't. So I'm just going to pull it apart. Listen, I mean, I'm the only one who's going to eat this, so I don't care that my fingers are in it. Nothing's raw here, so I'm not transferring any kind of salmonella poisoning, which incidentally I had one time when I went to this Chinese restaurant prior to surgery, and it was not great. It was awful, actually. I just want to say it was horrible. So basically I just put that down there, and then I'm going to top it with the cubed mozzarella cheese, and just putting them, you know, every which way. There's no real recipe, or, you know, you do something, you know, perfect. There's really no rhyme or reason. You just make it up however your tastes are. It's just that it's more of a prepping thing that actually is helpful. So I'm just going to keep lining it, you know, with the meat and the cheese, and then top it with the shredded cheese. I'm going to make another one later that I'm going to add some olives to, and make it kind of pizza flavory. Let's see, where am I up to? Put another cut the carb. This time I'll put it this way. And I swear these cut the carbs were bigger. It's kind of funny. They look like they shrunk. Because the last time I had them, they fit the pan. You know how some companies do that? I wonder if they shrunk. I wonder if they shrunk them. That would be something I'd be curious to know. We'll have to see. I'll have to check it on out. And so just keep topping it layer after layer after layer. And then once it's baked, it's this cheesy goodness. And then let's see, let's put some more of this shredded pork. Can't wait to eat this later. I haven't eaten yet today, and I'm hungry. Went to a support group meeting though. I may do a separate video on that. But if you guys are not intertwined in a support group, whether or not it's, if you guys had surgery in, you know, I don't know, the Mexico or anywhere else, which is fantastic that they offer that in other countries and cheaper and everything for people who don't have insurance or people who just prefer it. The support groups are amazing. I absolutely love it. I actually have not been to a support group meeting for 3 years, which is shame on me. But they're in a different state than I'm in. That I had my surgery in a different hospital in a different state, and so which I'm thrilled I did. But basically, we had I went yesterday, and it's about 45 minutes with no traffic from here. If there's traffic, it might be almost an hour to get there. But I'm definitely going to go. I'm definitely going to continue to go. It was phenomenal. And on the way there, because it was more spontaneous, I just went. I just needed time away from the kids and just needed time for myself. And I thought, you know, I always say that I'm going to go to these support groups, and I never go. And I've met people online that, you know, have had surgery through the same place as me. And basically, you know, I've made these friends online, but have never really met anybody in person. And so I wanted to go, and it was awesome because I feel like God was really blessing me, because I got in there, and on my Facebook, I actually put a picture of it. But basically, on the screen, it said, you know, welcome, Hartford healthcare, surgical, whatever it was, surgical weight loss team, I think. But the date that was on there was September 12th. And many of you guys have been watching my channel long enough that you know what September 12th is. September 12th is my surgiversary. And so I am a little over 3 years. And so to walk in there and have the board say my surgiversary date, it said 2019, not 2016, but I mean, it's pretty cool. Yesterday was October, I think, 22nd or 23rd. And so basically to have it September 12th, and it's not, I don't even think they had, maybe they had the support group on my surgiversary. I don't even know. But in any event, they do these once a month. And if you guys can go to yours in your area, I would definitely say to go. Sorry, let me wash my hands. It's kind of gooey and gooey. But I'm so grateful that I went because I just met some really great people. And I feel like I really have a lot to offer. I've really learned so much. And so I'm actually speaking at November's meeting, November 26th. I'm sharing my journey. I'm really, really excited. But I feel like even with that date being on the big screen, when we split up, the first hour of the meeting, it's a guest speaker, could be a doctor, could be, you know, the surgeon, a nurse, whoever. They do their topic, and then there's a person who shares their journey. And then the second hour, the pre-ops stay in one room to learn more about the surgery. And then us post-ops, you could be right fresh from surgery, you know, a week or two, all the way up to years. One woman had a lap band last night, and she had it for over 10 years, and now she's going to look into a revision and yada yada. So she was there. And so, but the cool thing is, even after seeing that date on the screen, I feel like God was so like saying, welcome home. This is a good place for you. The first person to share, we went around sharing, you know, who we are, our name, what surgery we had, how much weight we lost, whatever we want to share. If we're going through anything, we need help, any questions. Well, the first guy to share says, hi, I forgot his name. I think it's John maybe. And he's like, and I had my surgery. I had vertical sleeve, which is what I had. And he's like, on 9/12/2016, September 12th, 2016, I was like, that's my surgiversary. So I was so excited. I said, oh my gosh, that's my exact date. So we were like surgery twins. So it was just confirming that I was in the right place, and I thought that, you know, it was great. So now that we assembled this lasagna, I'm putting this in the oven at 325, and I'm going to put it in there now. And it's approximately half hour or so. We just are waiting. Everything in there is cooked. It's nothing raw. So basically we are just waiting for the cut the carb to get a little crispy and for the cheese to melt. I'll be back with my next one. So I'm back to do the next one. I take Pam, and I'm going to use these loaf pans to kind of make it. It really doesn't matter what you use, honestly, what shape it comes out. You really weigh it and measure it, you know, the way that you're going to weigh and measure. So this is going to be super simple. I took 2 cut the carbs, and I cut them in strips like this since it's a loaf pan. So I'm going to put it's just going to basically be cut the carb. I have 10 ounces of mozzarella that I shredded. I'm going to put a little bit of the sauce on the bottom. And this again is just for it not to stick. Even though I sprayed it, sometimes it's hard cutting it out depending on how the cut the carb goes. I'm going to be using Italian seasoning and minced onion. So I'm just going to sprinkle that on each layer, just a little bit here and there. Again, you guys, no rhyme or reason to this. Put whatever flavors you want to put in it. I'm just going to be putting cheese, cut the carb. I'm using some seasoning, and that's really it. I mean, cheese, these are simple, you know, like I used to always hear when we were younger, keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. So I'm just making a bunch of little kisses here. Keeping it simple, something that I can eat off of, something that's going to be in the refrigerator in small containers. It's going to be easily accessible, And I'm a busy mama and a busy wife, and easily accessible sounds great to me. I'm going to figure out whether or not I'm going to end up having to use more Cut the Carb, because since I'm making 2 separate ones, I probably will have to use more is my guess. But since I haven't put it in my Fitness Pal yet, I guess I'll figure it out as I go, which is another convenient thing with this lasagna. Now my friend, which I think I'm going to actually try it, my friend uses her Cut the Carb to make enchiladas, and so she'll make a bunch of enchiladas, roll them, and then bake them. I think I may do that. That sounds really, really good. And so she is, that's what she's gonna do at hers. Yeah, I definitely need to have more Cut the Carb, I think. I guess I can make them small. It really is all about how you serve it, for sure. Not really. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. It'll be a little bit different than a lasagna, but stats should be even better than what I normally make. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna put it in like that. I'll use the rest of this sauce to go on it. Put some seasoning on top. And call it a day. Call it a day of Cut the Carb cooking. But I think because I took out some organic ground beef, and it's still frozen, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for it to be thawed. And when I fry it up, I think I'm going to fry it up with the intentions of making it into enchiladas. So I use more Mexican type spices. And then I think what I'm going to do is I am going to make some enchiladas and roll them. And I don't have enchilada sauce though, so maybe I'll run to the store and grab some enchilada sauce. I really do like enchilada sauce, although I probably should do some research and figure out whether or not it is good for what I'm trying to do, which is maintain or lose weight. All right, let's take out, so let's see. So these are just little, cute little, cutesy dootsy little layerings. Let me pull out this other one because it should be done. So it is done. It is hot, of course, fresh out of the oven, but this is the one that I made with the pork. So that is out. I will slice that baby up shortly and then figure out stats. And these are going in now. So I'll be back when I have more food. Okay guys, so it cooled off a little bit and I was able to cut it. There's 9 servings here, and I put them in all these different size small Tupperware containers. They're really Snapware. So let me show you guys. So I cut into it, and so this is the cheesy ooey gooiness of the Cut the Carb. So each one of those goes in here. In the stats, I believe I took a picture of it so I can put it on. I believe it's 220 calories, 5.6 carbs, and 13 point something fat, and 13 point something on the protein. So it's great. 5.6 grams only, and definitely, look at that, cheesy ooey gooiness. And it's thick, you know, the carnitas is in there. And so that's how I do it, guys. I just, you know, nothing too hard. I put it in my Snapware containers, put it in the refrigerator. I'm going to share some with my husband because he likes to take some good stuff to work. So I'll probably make him up a plate of probably 2 of these. Since he didn't have surgery, he can eat more than I do. So I'm going to say probably 2 of these will be his portion. But the rest is mine, and I'll have this actually all weekend. And this actually helps me stay on track. When I do the cut the carb in this lasagna type thing, it just gives me everything that I want. It makes me feel like I'm having real lasagna with the noodles. It makes me feel like when I have the pizza one, it makes me feel like I'm having pizza. Even though I'm not, it definitely solidifies, you know, being able to make so many different things. Just making them smaller portions and with better ingredients, so we're not eating the things that we shouldn't be. So I'll be back when I take the other stuff out, and we'll see how that came out. So guys, this is going to be the last thing I'm going to cook up today, besides the beef, which I won't get to the enchiladas till later on. But this is boneless pork spare ribs. So I don't really have a recipe for ribs. I'm actually going to do something probably a little crazy, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm just going to pour some pineapple juice over it, and I'm going to put some pineapples on top, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of seasoning, and I'm just going to bake it like this and see how it comes out. I'm going to cover it with tin foil. I think for the seasonings, I'm probably going to do, let's see. Yeah, that's cute. Hey, listen, I don't know how it's going to come out. And there may be somebody out there who's laughing at me thinking, this girl is nuts. But hey, we don't really know. How do you think some recipes were discovered, right? It was by accident. So I'm going to put that on. I just put some minced onion. And I'm going to do this everything but the bagel seasoning. And I'm just going to bake these in the oven at 400 with tin foil on it. Then I'll turn them down in a little while, and I'll see what we can get. And I'll come back and show you guys. Okay, so the pizza, whatever you were calling it, lasagna type pizza, came out of the oven. Here's what it looks like. So it's very thin, and what it reminds me of is when I was first post-op, when I was like, I don't know, in the period stage, maybe week 3 or something, and everybody loved the, oh, now I'm not going to be able to think what it is. Oh, the bake, ricotta bake. That's what it reminds me of. I didn't use any ricotta cheese, as you guys know, but with the cut the carb, it's a little crispy on the outside. And basically it's just layers of pizza, and it kind of reminds me of having a thin crust pizza. So that'll work. It's less than 200 calories. I think it's like 150 calories, maybe 160 calories. So that's what I'm going to have in a little while. Hey guys, so I just took the pork out, the spare ribs, and they were only in there like for an hour. They are kind of small, but boy, oh boy, do they look good. Do you guys see? And if you see, let me get my handy dandy fork. Look at how they just break right apart. It's got to be that pineapple juice because of the acid. That is my guess. So I'm going to let these cool before I put them away for the kids' dinner tonight. So I'll be back. Probably going to wait till tomorrow to do it, but I'm going to roll the enchiladas with cut the carb. Hi guys, so this is day 2. Let me just fix you. And I am going to be attempting, I have never tried it before, but I'm going to be attempting to make enchiladas with cut the carb. So my husband asked me if I could use up these peppers in my meat today, my meat mixture, because they need to be used up, and he doesn't want them going to waste. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be doing peppers, onions, and I have the ground beef behind me. I'm going to add seasoning to it. And then what I'm going to attempt to do is, after the beef is all done, I'm going to add these, I'm going to saute these veggies to make them nice and cooked and pliable, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to add the veggies to the meat mixture, and then I'm going to, once the meat mixture is done, I'm going to try to roll it into the, cut the carb. I'm going to line the pan. I'm doing it all different. Like, I'm not following a recipe, just so you guys know. I'm totally just winging this. But I feel like cooking sometimes is kind of, it's winging it. It's kind of like, you know, I don't know. It's kind of fun to just put stuff together. Like, for me, as long as it's healthy, and it's more whole foods, and it's low carb, and it's good for my body, and I know that it's doing my body well, I like to just throw it all together. So on the bottom of the pan, what I'm going to do is I have a couple of cans, or actually one can of fat-free refried beans, and I'm going to put that on the bottom of my casserole dish, and then I'm going to put the rolled enchiladas on top of that. So I don't know if it's going to come out right. I don't know really what it's going to come out like, but I'm going to do it. And, you know, as long as it's edible and I do enough seasoning, I think it's going to be fine. So time will tell, but you guys are along for the ride. Now, when I tell you guys, like, behind the scenes stuff that happens, I know that you guys can understand and appreciate that, you know, a lot of the YouTubers, like the ones that are like really know what they're doing, which is not me. I do this really for fun. I don't do it for any monetary purposes, because I don't get any money for anything I do, because I don't have like a big following, or however, I don't even know what the heck you need to do, you know, to do YouTube monetarily. And so, you know, I'm not making anything. I'm just here to have fun. I'm here to educate or be educated. I'm here to, I don't know, I'm just here. half the time there's some arguments out there saying half the time. Yeah, half the time I'm here. But anyways, behind the scenes, I have to tell you guys. So today, I got up. One of my kids this morning had told me that they were feeling nauseous, so I thought for sure that they were going to stay home. They woke up about an hour later and felt absolutely fine. So praise the Lord, they're all at school. I have to go pick them up though in like an hour. And so this whole entire time I have, actually let me stir my beef. I'll be right back. I'm just right here stirring my beef up. I had to add some olive oil because I think it was like 85-15 beef. Anyhow, so I had to take my new vehicle back to the dealer, because we discovered about a week ago or so that the compressor to the air conditioning was not good, and so they have to replace it. So before the warranty is over, he's replacing it today. I'm supposed to have it back by 1:30, which is in 1 hour. I have spent almost 2 hours on the phone with a dear friend whom I love so much. You guys know her as Kristen. She has a channel, Asta CLOE Moss. She is a very good friend to Joni from Smile and Shrinkin', and to Lucille, who is Cookie Lou from Arizona. And we love her. I just adore her. I adore Kristen. She is just amazing. She's an amazing friend. She was there for me when I went to see my husband last December, when he was in basic military training in San Antonio, Texas, which is where she is from. And I love her. Just love her. She's one of those women who, she is a friend of all friends. She is She would never harm anybody. She is sweet, loving, kind, considerate. She's just a good person all around. You know, one of those women that you wish you could have here where you live, even though you don't live close to her. She's phenomenal. So I'm planning on going to visit her sometime next year in Texas. And yeah, just love her to death. She was very hospitable to me when I came down there to see my husband graduate basic training. Yeah, so anyhow, so I spent a couple hours talking to her on the phone, getting caught up. That was great. 2 hours feels like 15 minutes when you're talking to a good friend. And so that's what it felt like to me. Let me go put these peppers in this frying pan. Nice little sizzle. Now I'm going to attempt to cut an onion. I hate cutting onions. As a matter of fact, before I met my husband, I did not eat onions. So I'm going to attempt to use water on my knife so I don't get any tears. Hopefully this will stop the tears. Hopefully I don't shoot any onion juice in my eyeball. So anyhow, so yeah, so I am going to attempt to slice this onion. So I'm going to put the onions, the peppers, I'll sprinkle some garlic into the mixture of meat. And then I'll put probably some adobo, maybe paprika. I'm not sure, whatever I feel like doing when I get over there. But basically, I'm going to just saute all this, mix it together. Once it is together, I'm going to try to roll the mixture into the carb to get this all together and hopefully bake it and all that within the next hour, which is hilarious because, as I was saying a second ago, excuse me, let me go put my onions over here. So, as I was saying a second ago, behind the scenes, I'm telling you guys, this is no joke over here. Your girl is busy, tired. But anyways, what I did was, after I spoke to Kristen, actually before I spoke to Kristen, I brought my car to the dealership, he dropped me off at home. I called Kristen, and then as we're chit-chatting, you know, we're getting caught up. And then my husband's in college twice a week. He has a speech class once a week, and he has a world literature class. Guys, I have a new appreciation for people who take world literature. Not a fun class at all. So anyhow, let me turn you guys around a little bit better. Sorry, so sorry. So thirsty. So anyhow, so last night he was stressed out. He had a hard afternoon, evening time, and so normally we will on Thursdays read his book that he's got to do his report on, and we'll get it done. Well, it just did not work out. So he was just going to go to class and let them know he's going to use the one free pass he has, not to turn in homework or whatever. And so I decided, as the good wife I am, I was going to do his homework and the report. So I typed it up. I don't know how good it's going to come out, but it's better than nothing. It's better than having nothing to turn in. And so I just got finished talking to my husband, sent it over to his email. I look like a hot mess. I'm so tired, you guys. I am like going crazy. And so anyway, so here I am at this time I got the cut the carb right here. I got this mixture. Let's go walking over here. Let me see. So I have here's the veggies. Veggies frying up. I'm going to add that to here, which is my hamburger mixture. Get that all down. Once I'm ready to roll them, I'll come back. Okay guys, so here is the meat mixture. And in this pot over here is just refried beans, fat-free refried beans. I just lined the bottom. I thought that would be a good thing for the cut the carb not to burn. I took one cut the carb, and I'm gonna make these just smaller. So I'm going to start with, if I can get the cheese bag open, I'm just using this Mexican cheese from BJ's. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of cheese on it, a little bit of cheese on this one. Probably this is about a ½ ounce each one. And then I'm going to just put a little bit of this meat mixture. We'll see how this comes out. Now guys, this is my first time doing this. So let's see. So I'm gonna pull this back and roll it like this. Of course it falls out the sides a little bit, which is expected. I'm wondering if I should actually do it the long way. Okay, so let me put these in here. Just gonna line these up and see how it comes out. So that would be, let's see, let me cut this in half. What if I did it like this? I think I'm going to try that. See, this is all trial and error. So I'm just going to try to do this just like that. I'm waiting for my mechanic to call. He only has about 40 minutes before the deadline for him to call because I have to go get my children from school. So stressful. Okay, so yeah, this probably looks a little bit better that I only have to roll it, pull it back. Yeah, roll it one time. Yeah, I think that's better. So I'm gonna do it the long way. I'll show you what this looks like once I'm done. But yeah, I think that works out better. I only have to roll it once. And I think that looks better as I'm rolling it just once. And it looks actually like it might cook even better too. I'll show you what it looks like in the pan when I'm done rolling these. But basically, I'm just adding a little bit of cheese, a little bit of this. I wish I would have picked up enchilada sauce now that I think about it, but I did add a can of green chilies to this. And I'll probably add a little bit of maybe some kind of a spaghetti sauce on top, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, these look a lot better. And I figured I'll do a couple of these. So far I have 6. Yeah, they look like little, I mean, not little, I should say. They look like big taquitos. So yeah, I'll probably put a whole bunch of cheese on top of here when I bake them. And yeah, I don't know. I won't really know how they came out until my hubby comes home to tell me, because he is my chef of the family. He's the one that has a knack for tasting things and how food is supposed to taste and what goes with what and all that. I think after this week, I think I'm having a nice glass of wine tonight with my hubster. We've had a crazy week. I guess it doesn't matter if I put them on top of each other, right? I don't think it would matter. I'm not gonna have the patrol food police over here. So yeah, so what's up everybody? I got some friend mail today. Ashley over at Bariatric Reviews sent me some bars and even sent me a cookie mix from Good D's Cookies, a chocolate chip. I'm so excited, I can't even tell you. So excited to have that. But in any event, yeah, I'm just trying to get this all situated. I feel like there are not enough hours in a day, for sure. I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree with me that there are definitely not enough hours in a day. I think this is the last one I'm going to do. I don't want to really, you know, make too many, because what if they don't come out? I'm always nervous that if it doesn't come out, then I kind of wasted it. But yeah, so what is up? I'm trying to think what else. I had a delivery from Amazon. I have a save and subscribe, or subscribe and save. I get it every month, I think, every 4 weeks. But basically they are vitamins and probiotics for the kids. They're Smarty Pants gummies. So I get those for the kids. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I'm gonna do, because I'm kind of afraid that I do have some more meat mixture left, but I'm kind of afraid they're not gonna come out for some reason. And so, but this is what they look like before I spread cheese on top. These were the two that I made short ones, but then these are the ones that I ended up liking more. So I'm just gonna top these with a bunch of cheese and then see how they come out. I don't know if I should put some, I kind of feel like I should put a little bit of, maybe I should put, actually I'm not going to put anything. I'm just going to leave it like this. Let me preheat the oven. And I'm going to put this in, and then I'll let you guys see what it looks like when it comes out. And that'll be the end of my Cook With Me video. I'll be back. Okay, guys, so I'm back with my final meal prep. Finally done with these. I used Cut the Carb, as you guys just saw, and I made enchiladas. And this is how they came out. Looks great. Has crispy shell. These came out good as well. Now let me get a knife and cut into it for you. Let's see. So that's what it looks like inside. See the steam coming off it because it's so hot. I just basically took it out of the oven. Melted cheese. This side just has the refried beans. Good. Ooh, definitely I think it would be better if I would have gotten enchilada sauce. It just would have made it more enchilada-y. But I think they're pretty good. I think my husband will like them. He will probably dip them in sriracha sauce. I love Cut the Carb, you guys. I really do. That's my cat meowing at me. What do you want? I think she wants Cut the Carb too. So, thank you guys for sticking around cooking with me. I've enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoy videos like this, and I'll talk to you soon.